And we are live. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Should be looking beautiful on the internets.
Oh, man, I missed that look right there. I like it.
Whoop,
You created a beautiful template. I want you to know that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I've always liked it and enjoyed it. It's beautiful. Welcome, everybody. We're going to call this Season 3. We still are running Season 2, but we're moving into Season 3 a little bit just to bounce things around, keep people fresh on their toes, and just solidify some things here. So this is concept I've come up with. I've been thinking along the lines of, and these guys don't know. Tonight is session 0. So just so everybody knows. Oh, by the way, I've got to do that right now.
Oh,
myself,
good. It displayed. Okay, I was worried it wasn't going to. Thank you, Scott.
Had to try it. Sorry, Dennis. I didn't mean to distract you.
No. That was beautiful, sir. Beautiful.
Yep. Boom. And mine just did it too. I don't know if it showed up. So, there we go. So, we are in session 0 tonight. These guys don't know what the hell is going to happen to them. They don't know what's going on, anything else. But session 0 here for me, they know what to expect. They've already signed the contract in blood. They know what's going to go on. However, we're doing things a little bit different this time. In the past, I would park a character and allow that character kind of level up with everybody, right? I also tended to tie storyline back into characters and tended to hamstring myself that way at times. And then I finally figured out how to do it back in season 1. However, we're going milestone XP. If they level up, meaning let's say we've got the four team here. We've got Nick and Josh Wynn that may join us.
Mm-hmm.
If the group of 4 here levels up tonight, which they're not going to, but if they were to level up tonight to level 4, Nick's character and Wynn's character would be 3 at the start.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you miss a session and we level up in that session, that character does not level up with the rest of the group because that character is not going to be with that group in the session. So there will be hypothetically a wide, probably anywhere from a 1 to 3 level discrepancy between the characters. In this campaign,
oh snap!
There will be a couple of Thursdays off. I don't plan on taking a ton of Thursdays off. I'm going to tell you guys right now, March 2nd and May 2nd and May 9th will be Thursdays I'm off. I'm gone. I'm going to be in Hawaii, and I'm not going to be thinking about D&D. I'm going to be enjoying the beach, the sun, the mountains, coffee, rum, and fishing. So that is where we're at. So tonight, with Session 0, we're going to be bringing everybody together eventually. So it's going to be a little slow night for each person part way through, right? Because we're going to be pulling everybody in individually. So we're going to start with Ada.
Save the best for first. I like it.
It has been a long, long night. Ada has been out carousing, enjoying the bar wenches and drinking along. Raven on his shoulder, walking through the streets. It's been a while. Had to get the dust of the road off of his throat. He is in Baldur's Gate as he's walking from an inn to inn. His night is almost through until he starts hearing footsteps behind him.
Oh snap!
Ada, as you turn and look, you see nothing behind you. And you turn and you kind of tilt and look into the window of the shop next to you. Candlelight reflecting, trying to peek back to see if you can see who is following you. But you also notice a face in that window of yours. Could you describe yourself for the people?
I sure can. Ada Zune is medium height, about 5'10", 5'11", half elf, with tan skin and a serious complexion that he will only use in order to land a joke. But dark brown hair flowing down his back, with icy blue eyes that almost seem to glow. And in some instances, they maybe even do glow. But sharp elven features, as Ada is a half-elf, clean shaven, just a very handsome fella. That's why all the wenches come to him.
Awesome. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Ooh. Wow. Well, 9.
All
I
right.
have bad perception.
We got to tie in to roll 20 again.
Oh. No, I'm tied in.
It's fine. We've got the game log. We're good. Oh, no, it showed up. How come it didn't show up in mine?
I don't know.
It probably did. All right. Oh, I forgot to do this. There is music playing in the background. I just forgot to tell you guys that. So, there it is. Okay, perception of a 9. As you peek through the window, trying to see reflections, kind of look down the street, you see nothing. And you kind of shake it off as, are you hearing things? Have you had too much to drink tonight? And you continue back down the road. Your inn that you're staying at is about 4 blocks away from you now. You went a little bit further, but you found through talking throughout the day that the better wenches were where you were just coming from.
That's good news. He's coming back.
So as you start heading 2 blocks further, you hear the rattle of chains behind you.
Freaky.
Give me a perception check again.
All right. Come on, big money. Oh my gosh. A dirty one.
That is a very dirty one. You turn around and you just see a sign blowing in the wind, and you definitely have had too much to drink tonight. You're just kind of shake it off, and as you snap back around, in front of you stands something that your family has ever told you about. Elven in look, shaven head, black studded leather, 2 chains in each hand, and a small cackle. And you can only give me a history check.
History.
Hey, you were dumb.
Oh man,
I didn't
I'm
realize
really
how
dumb.
dumb you were.
I'm very dumb. What? Nat 20, baby.
Oh,
There you go.
Dude, your mic is not good, by the way, Caleb.
Yeah, I
what's
know.
going on, dude?
I'm sure it's not.
Alright.
It's my other one broke, so I'm on this one until I can replace it.
Okay. I get you. I'll have to loan you one. So, standing in front of you is what has only been known as rumor and lore throughout your family. You see what is a race of the Shadarkai in front of you.
Oh, snap.
And it smiles, and it says, "Child of Nerul, it is time to come home." And it starts to spin the chain. And I need you to roll initiative.
Hell yeah.
Oh, crap.
I don't have a token. Should I just roll it?
Just roll it.
Okay.
I'm knocking the dust off my dice.
All right, 15. Not terrible.
Okay. Not bad.
Roll 20 is chastising me, by the way. Because I didn't select a token. So they're just chastising me like, oh, you wanted to see this, but you can't.
So yeah, you go first. What do you do?
Cool. Well, if he's gonna spin a chain, probably.
Oh, and that chain is long.
Okay.
And it's got spikes all over the chain.
Okay. How far away is he from me?
About 6 feet.
Oh, about 6 feet? Okay.
Yep. And you realize that the chain, as you see him spinning it, it's about 7 feet long. He's got it wrapped up. He's holding it in one hand, and it's kind of over his back. He's just spinning one side.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to Misty Step behind this fool.
Okay.
So, and it's just as a bonus action, I'm going to Misty Step behind him.
Okay.
And then I am going to take a hack at him with both of my scimitars.
All right.
Which I guess I didn't declare them as packed weapons, so no magical properties, just standard guys.
Yep.
So there's my first one, which is a nat 20.
You hit.
And so 10 for that one, and then with my other one, oof, that's not gonna hit. 9.
Nope, that misses.
Yeah, figured. There's no other enemies, so I won't do that. But yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote.
Okay. So he stumbles back a little bit as you manage to get through the armor really good and open up a slight wound on his rib cage. And then he just steps and swings the chain at you. And the first one is a 25 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me as well.
Dexterity saving, okay. Ah, crap. Yeah, that's not good. 8. I'm guaranteed that's fail.
Yep. And then, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to take 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Ooh, all right.
And then it wraps. So you feel the chain. It comes up, and the piercing damage you take is right on your thighs. You take a spike into each thigh, and he pulls, and you get slammed right on the ground. And he starts pulling you, and he starts pulling you tighter and tighter, closer to him. And then it is your turn.
Well, I'm wrapped, right?
Yep. You're equivalent of grappled and prone.
Ooh, okay. So I guess I have to try to fight out of this, right?
Yep.
So that's strength.
This one is... it could be strength or dexterity.
Oh, okay. We'll do dex then. Jeez Louise.
You do not escape, but your arms are still available. You're prone.
Okay. My arms are still available. My arms are available though.
Yeah, your arms are available. They're not tied.
But I can take a swing. I can take a swing at him then. Okay, so I'm at a disadvantage then.
Correct.
Okay, and that's control. So 16.
That actually hits.
Oh, sick. And I'm also going to attach 2 that. I should have done this on my crit, but now I'm a little bit more desperate. I'm going to attach Wrathful Smite to that.
Okay.
So it'll be my damage. So 8 plus a 1d6. So let me roll that. So 11 on the first attack there.
Okay.
And then my other one. Oh shoot. Well, it's not gonna be a hit then, I'm guessing. But I'll roll my other one for my disadvantage.
Yeah, that misses.
So yeah, definitely misses. But all right. Well, there it is.
Okay. He finally, as he pulled you up, like by the legs, and he's a heck of a lot stronger than you thought he would be, and he starts to lift you up, and that's when you just swing at him, and that first shot catches him in the thigh, and he just kind of stumbles a little bit, and slams your head into the road, kind of ringing your bells a little bit. And he goes, "Now that's not nice." And he takes a chain and he wraps it completely around you. And he grabs you. So now your arms are bound, your legs are bound, and he tosses you over the shoulder. And he turns and he starts to walk away.
Oh,
what do you
okay. Since that's not very nice, I'm gonna say back to him, oh, I guess wrapping somebody in a chain and lugging them over your shoulder is nice then.
Well, I could have killed you, but you're wanted by other people right now.
Well, that's nice, I guess. My head's free, right?
Yes, it is.
Headbutt him. Just because why not, right? So, disadvantage again.
What are you doing?
I'm headbutting him.
Okay.
11?
That misses.
Yeah, I thought it would. Alright, well.
Okay.
That was my last little desperate move.
As you realize that you're about to make another trip to Shadowfell, you feel and you see rocks and pebbles on the ground start to rise. And you feel and hear crackling of Fey energy. And you see something tear open right in front of him. And you see a creature walk through that rip. It's about 8 feet tall, solid white fur, claws that are about a foot long on each paw.
Well,
and its eyes are solid black. So think of like this abominable type snowman look, but just like tiny ass black eyes.
Gotcha.
And it looks the Shadarkai looks at you and it just goes wham and sinks the claws right into the chest of the Shadarkai and pulls him out.
Oh.
Reaches down and grabs you, chains and all. Looks at the Shadarkai, picks it, hasn't said a word, and you walk right through that rip.
I guess I can kiss my butt goodbye.
All right, Serafina.
Hello.
It's been a long day of you assisting. You've traveled a bit, and you're on the countryside, and it's been a beautiful, beautiful day in Exandria, except for the 4 funerals of 4 young kids that you assisted in. that were slaughtered by orcs from the region. You know that if you chose to hunt them down and avenge the deaths, you probably could, but that's not within your realm right now. Old Seraphina would have hunted them down. The new Seraphina will let others do it for her. But you are sitting in your room at the inn, and slowly just taking your armor off, you hear a light knocking at your room's door.
Leave me alone. I'm tired.
And you hear knock, knock, knock again.
Go to bed. Leave me alone.
From the other side, you hear, Seraphina, sister, you know I'm not going to leave you alone. I've been looking for you for quite a while. The voice immediately erases all fatigue from your system. You've thought you've gotten rid of your sisters. Their practices were archaic. Their practices were devastating and deathly. What do you do?
I quickly look around and start tightening my armor. I make sure everything's in my bag, and I tie my bag to me really tightly. I reach for a medallion that's on my chest. The medallion has a ghostless face and a white image with almost the covering of raven feathers along the head. Oh, Mother. Please help me to be strong. Please be with me. I cast guidance, and I walk to the door.
Okay. You cast guidance upon yourself, and you get to the door. And you hear knock, knock, knock again. Seraphina, open the door.
I told you guys, I'm done with that. I'm looking at a different path. Please go. Please.
Seraphina, you know there is no escape for what you witnessed. You are either with us or you're visiting our goddess.
When she says that, she looks up at the sky, grabs the amulet one more time. Dear Mother, your will may be done. Pulls out her hand and holds the action of Sacred Flame. Reaches for the door handle.
All right. And just as you reach for the handle, the door explodes inward, sending you across the room. And standing in the doorway is, you could only call her the mother. A matronly woman that's about 6 feet tall, long, jet black flowing hair with streaks of white. She's been figured to you over the years until you realized her ways were false. And behind her stands Joyce and Raylene, two other sisters that were brought into the family at the same time you were. You knew as you left that they would always search because of the atrocities that you witnessed, the damnation, so to speak, of what the acts they performed. welcoming death instead of keeping it away.
I freak out. I see her, and I look at the window and I cast Secret Flame at the window to make an exit for myself.
The window lights on fire, the drapery around there, parts of it start falling off, landing onto the straw pallet, and that quickly engulfs into flame.
And I attempt to run.
Okay. Are you running through trying to get out the window?
All ball. Well, I guess I got no balls. I'm just going for it.
Okay. Going through the doorway or the window? Which way?
The window. So I shot Sacred Flame at the window, hoping to help put some damage on it.
Okay.
And I'm just going to run through it and just see what happens.
Okay. All right. You know that what you're doing is going to hurt. You're on the second floor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But anything
Actually, with them after me, I will risk the fall versus fighting the mother and the sisters.
Mm-hmm. So as you hit the window frame, you're thankful that the bars in the window were made of wood, not actual iron, wrought iron, right? So you hit that. This thin sheet glass shatters outward as you go through, slicing into the skin, bringing, small speckles of blood on your white skin. And I want you to give me an acrobatics check.
Okay, and I do have guidance too.
Yep.
Okay, acrobatics. Here we go. First row. Oh, okay. I guess I already said I was going to roll it with it, so let's see how bad I'm not bleeding. Okay. Woohoo! 7!
Okay. So you come through the air. As you come down, you're going, okay, you try to right size yourself, right? You're like, okay, how am I going to land without hurting myself? And as you start to tuck yourself, you land on your shoulder and you roll. You feel the shoulder pop. And you roll and you lay on the ground. As you look up, you see the mother standing at the window looking at you. And she says, "Ladies, please help your dear sister up." And you can only sense and feel that they've all grown in power over the years that you've been gone from them. And both sisters float right out of the window and slowly down to the ground. What do? You're in pain.
As a bonus action, I cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
To try to heal some of the bleeding.
You feel, when you cast it, you feel your muscles constrict and tighten and pop that shoulder back into place. It doesn't hurt, and you feel that the wounds from the window, they seal up and they heal, and you're like, oh, that feels good.
I slowly
kind of took away the fatigue of the day from you a little bit too.
I slowly stand up and I lift the hood off of my head, whatever's still stuck. Mm-hmm. And what you see is long black hair, pale skin, hazel eyes, and she's a pretty tall, thin girl. Young lady. She raises up her sleeves, and as she pulls up her sleeves, you see a combination of fresh window cuts from her fall and scars that look like they've been healed for a couple of years, but they're prominent up and down her arms. And she casts Toll of the Dead on the two girls.
Okay. Make that roll.
So as a Reaper, I can use Toll of the Dead to attack them both. And they need to make a Wisdom 13.
Okay.
6 if they fail, 3 if they make it.
They both take 3. They both made it.
Ladies, we don't have to do this, and I'm just trying to back up.
As you start backing up, you bump into somebody or something behind you. You reach behind you a little bit. You feel the fur on the back of your head, and you quickly turn your head, and your face is immediately buried into the chest of this creature with white fur. And you look up, and it's about 8 feet tall, pure white, solid black eyes. It's got claws that are a foot long. And you hear a voice to the side of it, and it goes, Serafina, there's somebody that wants to talk to you. And the creature grabs you and sets you to the side. And the gentleman that spoke puts his hand upon your shoulder. And you look and you see the creature run. Preternatural speed. Faster than you've ever seen a creature move. Both claws directly into the chests of both sisters. And the guy goes, it's time to go. And you see the creature just rumble up to you two, and it nods its head, and you see its claws swipe in front of you guys, and it rips almost something up in the air. It's just a rent, and you can feel the Fey energy. And the guy grabs you, and he goes, bam! Just elbow right in between your eyes, knocks you out cold, and you guys disappear through.
Oh, man.
Arrow. It's been a long day trudging through the wilderness. As you've come upon a small clearing that is the perfect spot to camp. You survey the area, you check everything out. It's solid. You've staked your tent, you've prepped for the night, you've got your campfire going. What do you do to pass the night before you go to sleep?
As I'm on my own and out in the wilderness to search for certain things to help me think in the night, I pull out my hand drum and I start to play just a little beat. Boom, ba-dum. And I start to sing a song from my clan so that I can organize my thoughts from the day.
Okay. All right. You just start drumming and singing, thinking about the day, thinking about the ingredients and things you've been searching for, the ones you found, the ones you haven't found. And you give me a perception check.
Yes.
You hear the faint rustling into the woods. You hear you recognize the animals go silent pretty quickly, but you also hear the gentleman speak. Hey, it's camp. Do you mind if I come and join you?
You can. I'll share my fire with you.
Thank you. And he walks in. It's a gentleman. He stands about 5'9", just bright red hair. He's got a long mustache that kind of curls at the tips, rapier at the hip, travel pack on. He's covered in dust and dirt, and he's just going, it's been a while. It's been out on my road by myself. It's finally nice to see somebody out here. And he takes his pack off and he sits down and he sits in front of the campfire and he goes, what brings you out here?
Well, I'm out on a journey from my clan, is the best way of putting it. I haven't seen many people about.
Yeah. What kind of journey are you on, Arrow?
How do you know my name?
I swear you were talking to yourself when I heard you on the outside.
I don't often talk to myself, and so I must ask, who are you?
The name's John.
And at this time, Arrow has a great axe, two-sided axe that he's just had leaning against the rock that he's sitting at that's by the fire. As he asks what his name is, he grasps this great axe, and this is a massive weapon. He grasps it with his left hand as he says, the name is John. Says, well, John, not many people know my name. And he slowly puts the axe over his lap, both hands on it, and looks at John.
John's sitting there. Nothing's going on. Hold, lad. I've heard of your name. I know who you are. I know of your clan. I came out to talk to you. Have a conversation to see if it would be worth your while to engage in some battle in the arena.
I love a good challenge and fight.
That's what brought me here. People of your clan, when they go to the city, they talk highly of you and everything you can do.
What do you pay in?
It depends on what you want to fight in and who you want to fight. Typically, I give you 5 gold a day. You get free room and board. I take care of your weapons, your armor. Make sure they're sharpened, clean, everything else.
How about this? I'll counter your offer. Keep your gold, room and board, and I want special ingredients. Things that you can only find in the wild. That's why I'm out here. And I want to fight the strongest, and the fastest, and the biggest. If you can find any as big as me.
We can make that happen. We've got not just men, not just races, we've got creatures that you could fight that are as big as ye. I'll agree to that. Men. What list of ingredients do you need?
Arrow is cautious. He's gonna roll insight on this guy to see if you can trust him at all.
Dude, he is what he says he is. That's what you're getting from this. You're going, he's not lying to me. And he's actually sitting there with his hand extended out. He wants to shake on it.
The ingredients that I need, I will let you know as time comes.
Okay. So, let's call it a night. In the morning, we head to the city. How's that sound, lad?
I'm okay with that.
And then when we get to the city, can you make your remark? I'll get a contract, we'll draw it up, it's all yours.
Will this contract limit me in my ability to leave when I want?
Nah. It's just gonna define that I pay ye in ingredients and room and board for when you fight. If you choose to leave, you'll leave.
Then I'm agreeable to this.
You guys sleep. Uneventful night. You get up. He's actually up before you are. He's making breakfast, man. He's gone out. He's found some birds. He he foraged eggs. He's got a brace of hair already cooking on the fire that just barely started cooking on the fire. We'll break our fast and then we'll head. Is that okay with you?
I love to eat. And with that, the hulking Arrow, who is 7 foot 11 inches and 315 pounds of just pure muscle, walks over and grabs all but one of the birds and just goes to town. Like, no manners at all. He is eating skin and meat and bones, and there's just grizzle the fat is just dripping down his chin, and he just goes with no abandon.
Hungry lad there, aren't you?
As I said, I do enjoy eating.
That's good. Looks like I'm gonna have to up my my food bill when we get there.
Yes, you will.
So, the thing that shocks you, though, is you don't intimidate him. Like, you're used to people, humans, smaller races, being intimidated by your size and everything, and he doesn't bat an eye at you. He could, you get the sense, and your insight check was good enough the night before, you get the sense that if he had to fight you, he would fight you, and it doesn't scare him. And that in your eyes marks him as a dangerous man.
Okay.
So
then I will never have my axe far from me.
Yeah, and that's fine. You guys eat, you pack everything up. He actually assists in helping you get the tent in and getting your stuff going. And he goes, you're almost to the city. We're 2 days away. Let's go. And he just starts walking.
So Arrow does. Arrow actually didn't sleep under a tent. He sleeps under the stars.
Yeah.
He's pretty used to that. He throws his cloak around him, and his cloak is a bear hide, right? So the hood that he doesn't really wear it as a hood, but that sits behind is the bear's head. Yeah. And then coming around are the bear's arms with the claws still on it. He doesn't wear much underneath that. It's just that, and then he's got some pants on. I didn't describe him much. Arrow is a Goliath, and they look as though they are stone. And he actually looks like red granite, which is pretty unique for the Goliath. So instead of being like a silver or a black or a gray, he's got red with black lines throughout. And again, he has his great axe with him and starts to follow along behind John.
Okay. 2 days of travel. You camp, you eat, you go, you get to the city. You've never been to the city. You and your clan would only send specific people to the city. So this is like your first view here. And the reality is it's more of a village or a city that's popped up around a coliseum, right? And you hear people in the coliseum, and it's kind of, there's more inns than actual merchant shops and stuff. So more inns and taverns and things. This is, you guys dub it a city because it's where population is and people are, but normal citizenry wouldn't consider this a city. They would consider it kind of a vacation place, a place to go and watch the fights. And the reality is as you've talked to John throughout there, he kind of explained this to you. They also said it's another 2 days south to where a true city is at. So, as you guys are walking in, he kind of explains like, "Hey, we own, we being me and several other conglomerates own fighting groups. And we hire and pay out the best fighters we've heard of, and they fight for us type thing. Money's bet on you guys. There's a lot of wealth that changes hands during certain combats. So that's you know you're going to go be fighting in this arena. You get there, you get to his building. It's a very large 2-story building. You walk through the front door with him. To the right is an eating area. There's a bar here. There's a kitchen. And he just kind of looks at you and he goes, "This is our private quarters." He comes in. "This is just purely for you and the rest of the team over there." And you see 2 other Goliaths sitting over there. And then a couple of dwarves, 1 halfling. There are no elves and there are no humans. And he just kind of looks and he goes, "I like my fighters rare." And he goes in and he just yells, and the just plates of food just come out to these guys. Just keep coming, like whole pig, roast pig, turkey. You kind of name it, and it's there because the Goliaths start to go to town on it like you do.
Well, I walk over there and sit down and begin to eat myself. Arrow's not very talkative, so he just starts, again, just food flying, and there's fat hanging down from his beard that he has, and he's just enjoying a meal.
It's that sloppy -1 you got in charisma.
Yeah, it is.
One of the Goliaths looks over at you. He looks at your axe. That's all he says. Then he continues to eat. It's like you guys just kind of acknowledged each other, and he looks at his buddy and he goes, and they just, type thing. And the dwarves are just kind of looking at you guys, and they just start drinking. Right? They're like, "I'm not getting food. I'm just gonna drink." Type scenario. You guys are doing that for about 30 minutes, and you hear John go, "Arrow, give me here, lad." And he's at the edge of the corner of the bar, and he's got a paper and a quill right there for you.
I take my mug of alcohol, just down it and stare at the dwarves as I'm doing it, and then I belch just this loud, obnoxious belch.
Okay.
And then I go over. I'm like, "Is this what you needed me to sign, John?"
It is.
And Mark.
I just make your mark here, and you speak common, but you read common.
I kind of read a little bit of common, but all Arrow does is he takes the bottle of ink, crushes it in his hand, and puts his handprint at the bottom.
That'll do, lad. And he rolls it up, and he goes, "You fight in the morning."
Good.
And you can rest up, you can go practice, you do what you need.
When we're done eating, I just walk away from John, finish eating. When we're done eating, I'm going to challenge one of the other Goliaths to an arm wrestle.
Okay. He goes, "Sure. Let's go."
Good.
And
I need to work.
yeah. Give me a strength roll.
Okay. My rolls are garbage.
Guys don't budge, man. Just roll again.
Okay. I wink at him.
you guys are sitting there, and you just wink, and just slam his hand right into the table, and he just kind of looks at you. He gets pissed and he throws the table, and he walks away. Doesn't say a damn word. Just throws the table.
Oh, yes. And that's it.
Okay.
I probably do some more workouts, but I'll take it pretty easy.
All right. That morning you wake up, you hear John knocking at your door. Lad, it's time.
Okay. I grab my axe, and I have a couple of vials. Crude. They're not like sophisticated, but a couple of vials on my on my waist as I go to leave.
Okay. He goes, now listen up, you're gonna be fighting a half-giant. He stands about a foot taller than you. He's got an axe about the same size. It's the first blood. So, don't kill him.
I have a question.
Yes?
If I draw my own blood, do I immediately lose?
Nah. You won't. He's gotta draw
Okay.
your blood.
Well, I'm just asking, because I will draw my blood at the beginning.
Yes.
Alrighty.
You guys
Let's do
You
this.
guys get into a waiting area. You're stretching. You're doing all the stuff to make yourself warm. And then you hear from the Coliseum your name announced. And you hear hear your name announced, declares your name of your clan, first time to challenge. You hear Andre is who you're going to go fight. Andre the half giant, right? You're gonna go fight him, and then and as you start walking up, and John pats you on the back and said, "That's a good boy, lad. Good luck, and I'll see you in a few."
Okay.
And as you grab the door and you open up to enter the arena, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Actually, not even that. Give me an Arcana check, actually.
Ooh. Of course.
Yeah, you open that door, and as you step in, you don't know what happened, but you're not, like, you should be seeing an arena in front of you, but you see this kind of a backdrop of an inn. But you see an 8-foot tall creature, pure white, black, beady eye, just look at you, snap its arm back, pop you square in the face, and you drop like a rock. Out cold. Red.
Hello. Yes.
It's been a very busy night for you. The guild came to you with specific tasks for you to do. You've had to break into several homes. You've had to steal a couple of baubles here and there. But this one you're on. This one you realize you shouldn't have accepted this mission. Because there's one thing you've always sworn to yourself, and that is you would never steal from a wizard. And you are in his room right now. He is snoring peacefully away from you. And the one item you were asked to pilch from this gentleman was a crystal ball. And the intel you were given is he sleeps with it. It's in his room where he sleeps. And you've just entered the window. The bed is across the way. There's a desk to the right. There's paper strewn everywhere. There's a bookshelf on the other side. What do you do?
I look around. Are there any traps or any alarms or tripwires or magical runes or guardians or familiars or
Give me an investigation check.
Very good. 15.
You don't see any traps. There are no familiars. There's no guardians. You just give me an Arcana check now.
Ooh. No!
You don't sense any wards, sigils, anything of the sorts anywhere around.
Okay. Well, in that case, I make the from the window. I'm not going in yet. With a quick wave of my paw, my outstretched paw, the figure of a black feline cat kind of materializes from it, hops down into the ground, and just kind of walks across the room.
Okay.
And I wait to see if anything notices that minor illusion, since I am an arcane trickster.
Yep. No, the cat just kind of pops out and just kind of walks out to the middle of the room, walks around a little bit.
Licks itself, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of stops, licks itself, looks up at you, and just kind of shakes its head.
Okay. I'm just going to make it it'll disappear. I'm just going to look around the room. Do I see the crystal ball?
Hey, give me another perception check.
A perception check?
Yep.
Or investigation?
Actually, no, sorry, investigation. My bad.
Come on, roll 20.
You can tell when you look to the right, the moonlights. It's not a full moon. It's a quarter moon, but it's enough to help you. And there's nothing on his desk, but that bookshelf across the room's recessed into darkness, and you really can't see what's in there.
Even with my dark vision?
Even with your dark vision, it's cold. So you see, you can kind of see the variance there, but you see books, but you see boxes and books and things on the shelves, but you can't tell what's what right now. I don't know if it's got dust in your eye from when you open the window or what, but it kind of tough right now.
So, as part of my recon of this guy, did he have any like servants or anything like that?
He's hermetic in nature from your recon. Are we
in a city? Are we out in the country? Is this a wizard's tower? Where the heck are we?
No, it's basically a home inside the city, and he's always kept to himself. Very few people know that he is a spellcaster.
Okay.
He more along the lines would work for those who would prefer to pay under the table, so to speak. He basically works for other guilds, be it thieves guilds, not necessarily your guys' guild, but he's been known to work for the Assassin's Guild for a bit. He'll help out other guilds, destroy or beat other guilds. He's kind of a mercenary, so to speak.
Okay.
And the fact they've asked you to do this could only mean one thing to you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's he's pissed them off.
I'm gonna take out a single ball bearing
Okay.
from my pouch. Is it carpeted or flagstone or what?
No, you're on the second floor. It's a wooden floor.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna take a ball bearing and just roll it across the floor.
Okay. This should be an easy roll for you, but I am going to have you make a stealth check.
Okay. I am. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. You get that. You can hear it, but you don't think nobody else can. But that bearing just hits and rolls across the floor.
Nothing interrupts it. It doesn't trip
Nothing
anything.
interrupts it. You don't see it. It doesn't hit anything or trigger anything. It's a clean roll.
Okay. So first of all, I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to appear as a little girl.
Okay.
Like a young, like. So I'm a small tabaxi.
Yes.
So maybe like 5 years old, something like that. Just a little girl, just totally innocent. And yeah, my kind of pirate captain's hat with the feather and the boots and the leather gloves and the rapier and all that stuff just kind of
Yep.
shrink down into this little tiny child, basically in her pajamas, her nightgown.
So you can go down to 1 foot shorter. Is that what you're going to do? Go even smaller?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of gently put 1 foot on the floor.
Okay.
And then a second.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll start walking into the room.
Okay. I mean, your stealth check was phenomenal. I'm not going to make you roll again.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you quietly go into the room.
Mm-hmm.
You're in there. You've entered the room now. Desk to your right, bed with a sleeping wizard to your left. Across the room in front of you is the bookcase. That's kind of where you assume that the crystal ball's at.
I'm gonna look like at the wizard himself. Is he out? How's he sleeping? Is he like
He's sleeping on his back and
Okay.
he's snoring like no other.
Where are his hands?
Oh, they're like across his chest. He's out cold, sleeping,
Okay.
snoring away. I mean, if he was a chainsaw, he'd be sawing logs.
Okay. And I can see his hands?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're not holding on to there's no lump under the covers like a crystal ball or anything like that?
Give me a perception check on this one. Not investigation, but perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see one.
Okay. I'm gonna go look over at. I'm gonna get closer to the bookcase and look at it.
Okay, give me one more investigation check this time. Ah, there it is. It's on the top shelf, covered in a cloth.
Okay.
You can see the
Outline of
outlines
it?
of a round ball
Okay.
being draped by a cloth.
How far is it from that ball to the window?
From that ball to the window would probably be about 10, maybe 12 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna go back over, hop in the window,
Mm-hmm.
whip out my mage hand,
Yep.
get really close to the ball, and basically snag it,
Yep.
pull it around, grab it, and then bolt.
Okay. So you get the mage hand, it grabs it, and it brings it back to you, and then you're grabbing the crystal ball.
With the cloth on it, still covering
Okay.
it. And
So you grab
actually,
that.
I'm not going to grab it. I am just going to have it float behind me with my mage hand and scamper off into the night.
You take off.
Okay.
Where are you headed? You headed to the guild? You headed to your house, your hideaway? Where are you going?
Where am I supposed to go?
You're supposed to take it to the guild.
Okay, I'll take it to the guild.
Okay. So you get to the guild, and
I'm keeping my disguise self lasts for a good hour. So I'll stay a little girl.
okay.
And come sauntering and basically, come walking into the guild with the little crystal ball in the thing, kind of like hovering next to me.
Would the guild know you assume this persona at all?
Oh, hell no.
Okay. So you come walking into the delivery room. That's what they call it, the delivery room, right?
Sure.
And the guild, the night master is not there.
Okay.
And that's who you're supposed to deliver it to.
Okay. Who's there?
Nobody is.
Nobody.
It's empty right now, and that's not normal.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around and walk right out.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna
Where
go.
do you go?
I'm gonna go set up a perch somewhere, and somewhere like dark within the shadows. Look around, see if anybody followed me, what's going on, and basically watch the entrance for until that disguise self is a. I'm gonna watch it for a good. How long did it take me to get there?
About 20 to 25 minutes as you were zigzagging and trying to ensure that
We'll
nothing
watch
would
outside
follow.
for another 20 minutes and see if anybody like shows up from like
Nobody
the
shows-
shadows of like a rooftop or
Yeah.
something like that.
You get up there, you find a good hidey hole. Not that hard. I mean, you got a tree that's kind of there. You're small enough that you can get up into there and
Okay.
sit in the shadows, and you watch, and you don't see anybody come and go at all.
Nobody.
Nobody comes and goes, which is again is kind of weird in itself because there are other jobs that have been handed out for the night.
Okay. Well, this sucks. Do I
That
see...
doesn't necessarily mean people aren't going in. You also know that there's entrances from the sewers into the
Right.
into the guild too.
Okay. But something just doesn't... Something's
Something's not
off.
feeling right now.
Okay. Is it like an... like, what's the entrance look like? Is it just a door?
It's the door, and it almost... If you weren't of the guild, you just think it's an old warehouse,
Okay.
and it's decrepit.
I'm just going to stay in the rafters of this roof and wait until morning.
Okay. Morning comes. Sun hits you in the face. You're realizing that.
No, I'm tucked away somewhere. I'm not letting the sun like hit me.
Okay. So sun rises. You start to hear the bustle of the city outside. You're trying to peek down.
We're gonna put the crystal ball into my pack with the mage hand, so it's in there and it's covered up, but it's
All right, and you just kind of you look again. You did fall asleep a little bit, in and out a little bit for the night. Again, you look. The eeriness is gone. Like that sixth sense of, hey, there's something not right here. But you don't see anything different than the night before, but the sixth sense component's gone from you
But
right
there's
now.
nothing. There's nobody going in and out that door. And normally people go in and out that door.
They do at times, but depending upon what the jobs were, people would either come in from the sewers or from the rooftop. The
Okay.
door itself, if you tend to go in through the door, you either got a quick drop off, a quick drop and go, or it's somebody suspicious, that's trying to either find out guild business or
Okay. I'm just
Just
gonna stay for as long as possible and keep watching that door.
okay.
Felines
I
are
mean-
paranoid, Mr. Dungeon Master.
No, I know that, and it's fine.
Yes.
You can stay there all day, all night again.
Okay.
You'll see throughout the day people come in.
Now-
Some people go in, come out with.
No, the first person that comes in though, like and opens the door, do I recognize them?
Give me a perception check.
Come on,
You-
bro.
A little far for you to recognize them, but you hear them tap, kind of the guild tap on the door before they
okay.
go in.
Okay.
They go in, and then they come out about 15 minutes later carrying a bundle of something.
Okay. All right. So now I'll kind of come. I'll actually. Are they within 120 feet of me?
Yeah.
I'll just do a message as a cantrip, and I'll just
Yep.
send a quick communication to them and just whisper, "Hey, is everything okay in there? Hey, is everything okay in there, asshole? It's red."
The guy just kind of looks around. And he goes, "Yeah?"
Okay,
He just-
that's good enough for me. So I'll scamper on down from my hidey perch and go in and do the guild tap and go on inside.
Do the guild tap.
Okay.
You go inside. The Daymaster's sitting there and going, "You're late."
He says, I just shoot back. "Fuck you, I'm late, you son of a bitch. You weren't here when you said you were going to be." And I pull open my sack and just mage hand out the bauble and just plunk it on his desk.
And he looks
Now,
at it.
where's
and he
my
goes,
payment?
"You really pulled it off? Nice." And he goes, and he grabs the cloth and he pulls it away.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can see the crystal ball,
Excellent.
and it's magic. You see the swirls happening there.
I'm when he goes to pull that cloth off, I don't want to be in view of that crystal ball. I
You
don't want
slide
that
to the
thing looking at
side,
me.
and
I do not want
you're
that
not
thing
in view of
looking at
it. And
me. Yeah.
you just see it's dormant. It's a
I'm
dormant.
not even
magical
looking
energy.
at it. I'm like putting an object between me and it. Like I know
Okay.
wizards look out of those things, and I do not want that wizard seeing my mug.
Yeah, and so, but you can. It can't see you, but you can see it, and you can sense that there's dormant energy there.
I don't
And
trust. Yeah. I
Make an
don't trust
Arcana check for me.
17.
You also know that this is a one-way crystal ball. So it's used for scrying. That's it.
So he
And-
would need it to scry. He can't scry out of it.
Correct.
good. All right. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a little less.
And he just kind of looks at it, and you hear clink of a bag of gold hit the countertop.
Before it even hits the countertop, it's in my bag with my mage hand.
Okay. And he goes, "Come back tonight. The Nightmaster has more for you."
I tip I tip my cap at him and say, "As you were," and saunter off into the to go home and finally go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
All right.
I do kind of tend to stay awake during the night and sleep for most of the day. That's kind of like my natural.
Just like a cat does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
so I don't look like a cat. I look more. I've got more reddish fur, and it's in more of a snout, like a fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You get to your hideaway. You curl up, and you go to sleep.
Okay.
And as you're sleeping, you're something causes you to wake.
Okay.
And as you startle up, you wake up, and you see two people
In the room?
in your room.
Did my familiar alert me that they were there?
Your familiar didn't alert you at all.
Oh, son of a gun. Because I
You're-
have Find Familiar as a spell.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you see a 8-foot tall white creature, black beady eyes,
Yikes.
foot long claws, and you see a gentleman, red hair, beard with a curling mustache, and he looks at you and he goes, "Red, you've got a little special talent that some of us need. The
What-
worlds need you.
What is the big monstery thing?
You don't know.
Can I make a check?
You can.
What kind? Arcana?
It would be
Nature?
nature, yeah.
Nature? That sucks. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
You don't know. You've
What does this thing look
never
like?
seen anything else like this.
Okay. Do I know the dude?
You don't. You've never seen the guy before in your life.
What's he wearing?
He's just in plain garb, rapier on the hip,
Yeah.
and he's actually petting your familiar right now. And he just kind of goes, "Got something for you. You can come quietly, or
Okay.
we can make you come. It's up to you."
I dismiss my familiar into a pocket dimension and go,
Uh-huh.
oh, what the... Sure, fine, whatever the hell you need. And kind of like pop up. I go, I think to myself, well, if he was going to kill me, I'd probably already be dead. So, and just strap on my rapier and my, get back into my leather armor and grab my pack and go, lead the way.
Awesome. So what happens now is you see the big creature hands swipe in front of you guys, and you kind of see the air rip open, and the guy goes, "After ye."
I just kind of like take off my cap and give him a nice little bow, kind of like an arrogant little just kind of a shit-eating grin, and just walk through the portal, like totally confident, just like whatever.
You pop into, as you walk through, you pop into a very large room, probably 20 by 20 feet. You see 3 others out cold at a round circular table sitting in the middle of the room.
They're just like lying face down on the table.
Just face down on the table, out cold.
Okay.
Is one of them in chains?
One of them is wrapped in chains, actually. And you see in the center of that table the crystal ball you just recovered.
Oh, lovely.
And the gentleman behind you, the white creature, pulls out a chair, and it just kind of points you to it. It has a set of
Okay.
words. And the guy goes, "Please, have a seat."
All right, I'll walk over to the chair and have a seat. And I go, "That wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?"
Nah, but yes, it's meant to do specific things.
I said, "Great."
And he looks at the creature and he goes, "I'll wake them up." And you see the creature walk over to the man wrapped in chains,
Mhm.
and its claws just pulls his claws across the chains, and they just split and drop to the ground. And it scoops him up, and throws him over one arm, grabs the back of the chair and shakes it really hard. Ada, you were jostled really, really hard. And you wake up
No.
and you see cat-like being, fox-like.
Fox-like being,
Being?
reddish fur, snout, kind of like pirate hat with the big old captain's feather in it, boots kicked up on the table, rapier at his side, just kind of gloves and a pack on, and a cloak, like a nice little long black cloak, and he just kind of looks over at you and says, "Hey."
I'm gonna look back and say, "Oh, I didn't realize the costume party had started."
And then the creature walks around to the other side where a 7-foot tall stone-like creature is, and he just kind of grabs the chair with one hand and shakes it as well. And then he smacks the guy in the back of the head.
Uh-huh.
And you hear it gruffly say, "Wake up." Arrow, you just feel jostled and felt something hit you. And you're like, you pop up, you see fox-like being across from you and a very handsome man next to, on the other side of the fox being,
Humanoid fox.
yeah, humanoid fox.
Small.
And to your
About
right,
3 foot
you
nothing.
see
Yeah.
a woman's asleep with long jet black hair, and you see the white creature take her chair, and she immediately pops up and just starts looking around.
Is the white creature the one that hit me?
Yes.
Ha 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 ha! You and me now. And Arrow pops something from his waist, throws it back, and you immediately see his skin bulge. And he goes right at that guy, and it's going to try and hit him right in the face.
Rhett dives under the table, just like literally jumps about 2 feet straight up in the air, bends around mid-flight, and just dives under the table. Like a scared cat, like a startled cat.
Make that, I'm going to try to hit this creature in the face roll.
I'm assuming I don't have my great axe.
Correct.
Okay. All right. By the way, what I threw back was potency.
Yep.
Okay. Unarmed strike. Is my to hit on my unarmed strike? It's my strength, right?
Yes.
Okay. So my strength just went up by
Look at you.
by 3. So I'm at
I'll have what he's having.
So that puts me at a 19, so it only gives me +1. Dang it. But still. Alright, so it's gonna be 1 higher than what this is to hit.
Yeah, you swing back, and you go to punch it, and the creature just catches your hand.
I swing with my other arm too.
Okay.
Again,
And
+1.
he catches that one with his other hand. So he's got both of your hands in there. And you hear John go, "Era, hold! That's a Thracian. He can.
Sure.
He is one
Right.
of the world's. Not world's. God, sometimes I've got to forget where I'm at. He is the greatest bodyguard ever to be hired. His race is immune to poison, magic. They're the strongest, most constituted person I have ever met. Stop and sit, please.
John, you told me I was going to have a fight.
Oh, you will. Plenty of them.
You just told me he's the strongest. I have to do this.
But yeah, you need to learn, Arrow, that there's more than just what's in front of you.
Arrow, you just see him. He's flexing. He's doing everything he can. Obviously not gaining anything. Sweat starts to come down. But he's going to keep going probably for a few minutes until it's awkward.
It's going to get very awkward really quick because the creature starts pushing against you and welcoming you to your chair.
As Red
Like-
sees these guys kind of communicating and not like tearing each other to shreds, he'll just kind of like,
The creature's
pop out from
not
under the
tearing each
table.
other to shreds. The Goliath person is talking to the gentleman with the
Yeah.
beard, and so there's that communication going. But the other creature's just kind of like, you can't see if it's flexing or anything, but it's
As I-
pushing the Goliath back.
As I get close to my chair, I'm going to try and use its own momentum against it and see if I can throw it. So kind of let it push and twist and see if I can throw it.
Give an athletics check on this one.
Okay.
And since you've got that 19, you get the extra +1 on top of that, right? So,
Yeah.
dude, that was good. I might actually have to make a roll on this one. Give me a sec.
Yes. Arrow has a massive grin on his face, even though he's losing.
You try to drop into the chair to spin it, and it moves with you as you look like you're gonna, but it doesn't lift off the ground. But it lets go of your hands as it kind of sat you in the chair, and it stands behind you and walks back a little bit.
Serafina's watching, and she takes her hood, and she just puts her hood on her head, and is observing John, the man at the table, watching him, and just curious what he's up to, just watching his body language and trying to see if he could read anything.
Welcome. I apologize for the way that we had to get you here. But we've found in the past when people that contain your innate ability, that are unaware of the special skill that they have within them, they tend to not believe it, and they don't come. But you... And he looks around and he looks at Ada, and he stops. Oh shit. We made a mistake.
Well, I've been called many things. I guess a mistake can be added to the list.
You're not... He comes over and he sniffs you. You smell like him, but you're not him. You've got the stench of Nirol on you.
That, I guess, would make sense. I don't know who that is, though. Who's that?
What's your story? It's...
At the comment of this individual lacking personal hygiene, Red will begin cleaning himself.
He goes, where's your power coming from, lad?
It's a family heirloom. I don't want to talk about it.
Hello, JT Strong.
Actually, I do want to talk about it. That was a joke. You don't,
Yeah,
you don't get it. I'm very drunk. Is this real, by the way? I'm very drunk.
This is very real, and that's this talent that you all have. It manifests itself whenever. And he walks over to a wall, and he taps it, and the wall goes from solid to almost a glass state. And what you see through this wall is you see a spacious common room that's filled with wooden tables and benches. You see a crackling fireplace that's it's casting a warm glow across the room. You see it, you know it's providing both light and heat. The walls are adorned with tapestries depicting scenes from various worlds.
Interesting.
The air is filled with the aroma of hearty stews, freshly baked bread, spiced mulled wine. Guys, it makes you hungry. You see an innkeeper bustling about out there. Drinks are being served. You see barmaids moving around as well. You see a lot of patrons here. But what you see out there shocks all of you. Because there are people / creatures that none of you have ever seen, no knowledge of, anywhere in your entire life. And he goes, "Welcome to my inn. This is Honest John's, and you, my friends, are what I like to call void walkers. You have the innate ability to move yourselves throughout the void, which here becomes the Hall of the Worlds. And with your innate ability comes the need to help solve certain crimes, destruction of worlds, different things throughout. You guys have the option. You could say, fuck off, and I could send you back. But no, eventually you'll end up back here. The innate ability brings you here. What I can do is provide you the ability to travel to the worlds that you've never seen, never been to, and no one else will experience what you're all about to experience. You'll live here in the inn. You'll never age. You'll never grow old. You can die, but you'll be paid riches that from your world, Exandria, and he points to Seraphina and Arrow, or your world, Faerun, and he points to Red and Ada. You would be, eventually you would be the wealthiest feline, warlock, cleric, and blood hunter your worlds have ever seen. You'll be able to provide for your clan. You'll be able to never have to flit about the shadows and steal baubles such as this from people outside. Yeah, you'll still dabble with the dead and help others that way, but you, sir, you're not supposed to be here. And he's still fixated on the fact, Ada, that you're not supposed to be here. He goes, I just don't know if you have the ability, but figure it out.
That's comforting. Thank you.
Yeah,
John.
you got myself and my contacts that will call upon you to, if you choose to, head out into a specific world and, dare I say, solve strife, help others out, and be paid handsomely for it.
I like that last part.
I like the last part. Yeah.
I don't know how much I. Thanks.
Some of you
John.
like money, others like ingredients for making themselves better and their clans better. Others are trying to redeem themselves from past mistakes, and to assist you goddess, this is something that I can probably guarantee you she would be very, very in agreement with. What say ye? Do you want to stay at Honest John's and visit worlds you've never seen and help people out, or do you want to go back to the shitholes y'all just came from?
Honestly, screw my guild. This sounds way better.
But we got one.
Well,
John,
I can't
we
argue
already
that
had
I am
one
from a shithole.
There's two.
Will the protection of Fuzzy over here, does that include us too?
Yes.
keep prying eyes and scary chicks from bothering us?
Your mother, she'll never find you here. There may be a time in your future where your paths will cross and you'll have the ability to eliminate the scorn and vile destruction they're bringing upon your goddess and your world.
I'm looking at the creature and I'm just kind of touching him, and I reach into my sack and I pull out an apple and I hand it to the creature.
Oh, he takes it and he looks at it and he goes, "Thanks," and eats it.
I'll stay by him.
John, you and I've made an agreement that you've already broken. Why would I trust you now?
I haven't broken the agreement. I'm still providing you the ability to fight.
And leave
And I'm
whenever I
providing
want?
room and board for you. I'm just enhancing it for you as well. Not only to get you ingredients, but you'll get the money and you'll be able to fight things far greater than what you were about to battle in that arena. You were picked. You remember, you had 2 of your kin and 2 dwarves that were there too. They've all gone through the testing, but you had that ability and they didn't.
Arrow, you can see is deep in thought. While not the most intelligent person, he's pretty wise, and he knows that he needs to get back to his clan eventually. But he's having an internal struggle because he wants to go against everything that is stronger than him so that he can become stronger. But he needs that ability to leave. So he turns to John and he's like, part of our agreement, John, was that I could go whenever I need to.
That is correct. As I've said, you can choose to leave whenever you want.
For now, I'll stay.
Good. Let me show you something. Follow me. Not, and he points to what you guys can only dub as a window. And he points to that, and he goes, "Those are Denzians. They are people that have the innate ability that you do. They come various worlds. They tend to reside here in the hall. They trade, barter, sell. They all speak different languages, but here My magic allows them all to communicate directly with each other. This is a place of commerce. This is a place of education. This is a place of livelihood. People live here. People do business here. People trade rumors here. But each and every single one of them come from what we call the Hall of the Worlds. Let me introduce you to them. And you guys see a door materialize on the other side of the room. And he walks up to the door and he opens it. He goes, "Your first step here is a doozy. When you step, think up." And he walks through and you see him go up.
Cool. Rhett
as you
just
walk
kind of
the
jumps
door-
down off the table and basically kind of just walks over and to the door, hops inside, and thinks up.
Okay. And you go up. And your feet land on solid ground upright. But as you guys look at it, like, there's nothing there. It's a void. It's blackness. Like, you look at the door, there's blackness. There's no stairway. There's nothing there. And you've seen John, and you've seen the cat, the fox, go in and disappear.
All right, buddy. I trust you. She reaches into her bag and she pulls out a mask in the shape of a raven's skull.
Mm-hmm.
Looks almost like a plague mask. And she walks towards the opening.
Okay.
Up.
You think up, and you go up. You now see the female disappear.
This is weird, right?
All of you are weird. I'm not used to being around so many city folk. And-
city folk. Good one. I'm not city folk. Try again.
Arrow turns to the beast that put him in his seat, and he looks at him and he's like, "You and I, we're gonna do this again. You better be coming with us. I'll follow you."
The police too and say, "You and I will not be doing this again. I didn't like that."
He just looks at you, Arrow, and goes, "I must stay. You go."
Arrow takes one more swing at him just to see if he can catch him off guard.
This is hilarious.
Big money, big money, big money, big money. Ah, that wasn't great. +1 to that.
I mean,
Yeah, you miss him completely. Like, he doesn't even have to, like, he just kind of leans back a little bit, and it's Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire looks at your hand like 5 times as you swing. And it misses him completely.
well, that's freaky.
Arrow
All right, well,
stands
I'm out
up.
of here.
Stands up,
So I
goes and
go,
grabs his great axe,
thing.
and goes out the door as soon as Ada has gone. And he thinks
Yep.
up.
Samesies thinks up.
Okay, Ada, as you step through the door,
Oh no.
I need you to make an Arcana check for me.
Well, that's one that I'm not terrible at.
Oh, I guess I have
No.
advantage. I should have made
Not
my
with those
roll
rolls.
with advantage.
My rolls are a poopy.
As you step through and you think up, you go, "I wonder what's down."
I
And
would wonder that.
as you start to go down, you feel a hand grab you and pull you up. And you look, and it's the creature, and you're dangling in the nothingness, and he holds you, and he goes, And he sets
My
you
bad.
back down.
My bad. All right. So what's down?
He just shrugs his shoulders.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go in and think up this time, I guess.
Roll Arcana again.
Arcana. Big money, big money. Sweet.
Yay.
That's better.
You go up. And you get there. You guys are standing. The door that you guys walk through is gone. You see an infinite hallway going north and south. And every 20 feet, you see doors of varying types. Stone, wood, brick, metal, iron, some materials you don't recognize, and they're every 20 feet. And I need each of you to give me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
It's alright.
All right, everybody but Arrow. You guys notice little runes above each and every door. And John now gets very serious. His accent disappears. Everything happens. He still looks the same. He looks over at Ada and goes, "You do have the gift, but it's not in its full form yet. We thought we were getting Narul, not you. You're something different. Gentleman and lady, this is the Hall of the Worlds.
All of the what?
Hall of the Worlds.
Okay.
Each one of these doors lead into a different world. Some of them are multiple doorways into the same world. Prime example, Red and Ada. From the world of Faerun, there are 7 doors within 500 yards of here that go into different places of Faerun. Seraphina and Arrow. There are 4 doors just within 500 yards of here that go to your world of Exandria. This is your gateway. This is the way you travel. You have the innate ability of what's called a Void Walker that allows you to move through the void if you know the map or the way or guided properly. Back at the inn, we have a gigantic map. It is way out of date, and it's constantly changing as the void changes at times. You need to know what the runes represent and what worlds they represent. However, me and my associates will always have a task for you. That task will take you to a variety of worlds to solve things. And our first one is up. And it is for you. We think you can all handle it. So, and he points to 2 doors. He goes, recognize that rune. And if you look at the rune, it's like an L shape with a crossbar. Doesn't form the 4, but it's a crossbar that almost forms the 4. That's on the left, and on the right is the transverse of that. You will see 4 of these together, these doorways together, throughout this infinite walk. That gets you to the inn. What you need to do is step off the edge here and think up. If you go down, you will be lost to the void forever.
By the way, when you said to do that, Arrow steps through and thought up.
Okay.
Not before
So
Red
it's-
did. Red has to be first. Always has to be first.
So you guys all do that. Walks through, goes up, and you're back into that room
Cool.
of the inn.
All right.
That will get you here. Please have a seat. And the table's there, the crystal ball's there. Now, give me one. Hey, give me 1 second here. So, there as you sit, he walks over and he touches the crystal ball. The ball swirls and you hear a voice. And the voice says, "Good morning, angels." No, just joking.
Good morning, Charlie.
Yep, it goes. There is a need to journey to a world. And in that world is a little bit of. Let me pop this up here. You need to head. I can't find the world's name. I had it. It's gone now. Give me 1 second.
Sandria.
No, it's not. It's a
Kryn.
One that wasn't listed.
one you guys have never been to. Let's put it that way.
Dark Sun?
No.
Oerth? Maztica?
Nope. It starts with an O, and I got to get to it.
Oerth? No?
Bumblebee tuna. Bumblebee tuna.
Not Bumblebee Tuna.
Your balls are showing.
Planescape.
Give me a second. I can't believe it's
Rokugan,
disappeared. That's the crazy thing.
Mystara,
I don't know where it disappeared to.
Greyhawk.
It's not Greyhawk. Oh my gosh.
It's not Blackmore.
No.
Is it an official campaign setting?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Ootda.
Not yet.
It will be.
Al Karim.
You guys will get to the campaign set, official campaign setting as well. There we go. That is a world by the name of Omeria. It has an issue right now that there is a massive battle going on where a tomb called the Tomb of Nilahar is one of the final resting places of elven kings upon this world. In this tomb is a weapon. It's a weapon of the Wood Elves by the name of Imphe Aqua. It is calling to people. Right now, there are people that, if they were to get a hold of the weapon, it would become... the world would become desolate, let's put it that way. If one of them was to recover the weapon, the world would receive and grow into the greatest thing the world has ever seen. The ask of one of two things is help the one being out, or bring the weapon here for safekeeping. And he kind of walks over to another wall and presses it. And you guys see another kind of window open up. If you guys think of the movie Thor, where he walks into Odin's treasure room, so to speak, and there's all the different trophies and different items that are there, that's kind of what you guys see here. Is the best way to sum it up.
Are they like under guard, or are they pilferable?
No, they are way under guard. Damn. And you yourself know that if you were to attempt this, you would probably end up dead quickly.
Okay.
It is... we have an agent that is there, waiting to meet you. You will all be sent to that world. I will give you guidance as you leave this door. Tomorrow, you will exit the door. You will move down 5 doors to your right. And that is the 5th door. The 5th door to your right is the door you will go into. The rune is very simple. For those that can see them, is in the shape of an O for Omeria. Very simple on this one. They'll get a little bit more complex as you get up there, but you get there, you will meet with the agent, you will have your packet tomorrow morning when you leave. But for the night, enjoy the inn. And he walks over where the glass window was for you to observe the inn. He taps it again, and a door opens up and a stairway goes down to the inn. And next week is when you will receive your packet.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thank you, everybody.
We will see you guys hopefully next week.
Definitely next week.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Definitely next week. That's what I'm hearing.
Definitely.
And outro.
Sweet.